This episode of the Fight Within podcast is presented to you by Meguiar's. For over 115 years, Meguiar's has been carefully creating and producing advanced formulas with cutting-edge chemistry to deliver a show car perfect appearance. Whether you're showing on the fairway, finalizing your car for auction, or simply getting your beloved car ready for a weekend drive, Meguiar's is ready to help with their premium car care products to make every automotive surface look its absolute best. Meguiar's, reflect your passion. Make sure to visit them at meguiars.com.
What's up, guys, and welcome to another episode of the Fight Within podcast. Today's guest is a former training partner and one of my good friends, Jay Silva. He's a Bellator, UFC, KSW veteran, and he made it to our little garage to come sit down with Ben and I. Jay, appreciate you, man. Thanks for coming on.
I'm a gangster, I gotta represent all my gang people, you know what I'm saying?
I wanted to have you on to talk about your fight. You got a fight coming up that you're getting ready for, but before that, you dealt with the Rona.
Yeah, man.
So how was that?
Man, I thought it was gonna be good because I heard most of my friends have it, you know?
Yeah.
So, and they older than me, some of them, and they just have it for like one day, and they say, oh, it just was 1 day or 2 days. I felt just a little headache, fever and cough, and I was fine. So I assume being an athlete, I'm all good. My body's good, so I'm going to just have it for 1 day or two. If I get it,
yeah,
and I'm going to be good. But when I got it, the worst shit ever. If you didn't catch that, don't. Because I didn't believe it. I was like, no, that's bullshit. But I got all the symptoms.
Everything.
I was in bed for 2 weeks. I thought I was going to die.
Really?
That was bad.
Was the breathing part?
Breathing was hard. I went to the hospital because my doctor was following me. I got one of my best friends, my doctor. He followed me every fight. So I called him, and he's in New York. I called him. He got worried about me, and he called the hospital. I went to the hospital, went to the emergency. The doctor saw me. They got a bed for me in there, but I didn't want to be in the hospital, so I went back home. So he's monitoring. My oxygen was really low. But I was just like, you know what? If I'm gonna die, I want to die in my bed.
Be comfortable.
Yeah, I just sat at home. I was like, fuck this. I ain't going to the hospital. I didn't want to stay in the hospital. I was supposed to be hospitalized. Yeah. But hey, I came out and I'm strong.
So what makes you've been fighting for a while, a long time now. You fought at the highest level in some of the hardest competitions at KSW.
I'm still fighting at the highest level.
But that's what I'm saying. What keeps you motivated to keep competing and to keep fighting?
I love the sport, but I'm not in love with the sport. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So there's a difference being in love something and be in love with something. You can be in love with when you're in love, like you do everything for it. But when you love somebody, or you do something, just to love. So that's why I compete, because I love the sport still. But I'm not in love because all the politics, all the stuff that been going on, just make me like, after this. But
yeah.
I still got the desire to wake up early, to have a structure, because I know I got to sleep early, wake up early, do everything. Because when I'm not in training camp, when I don't have a fight, I don't have anything to look for. And fighting give me the purpose. That's why a lot of fighters, when they retire, they want to come back. Like my good friend BJ and what's the other fighter that I heard? He said the same thing, like Khabib and Conor and whatever. Once you're a fighter, you're always a fighter. When you retire, you still have the desire, because that's how you used to, So, yeah, I still like to wake up early and have that desire to go and fight.
Does that help you translate into other areas of your life, like having that discipline and that schedule? Yeah. Does it help you in being a friend and being a business owner?
Yeah, yeah, that's the most important part. You through fighting, you meet a lot of good people. You you translate your relationship with other people better because discipline and all of that. So yeah, it helps a lot.
You talked about off air when Munoz was here right before.
My boy, I'm a groupie, Mark.
You're talking about we're talking about RVCA, and the only time I went there was when I was helping Mark get ready for. You were there too. Part of the training camp.
No, but you went after that too a couple of times with me.
Well, yeah, I went after, but I'm saying for like actual training or for a fight, it was when we were all part of that training camp for his retirement fight, and you had mentioned Pat.
Yeah.
How does it make you feel to know that you have not only a friend like that, but someone you can turn to when it comes to business or life? Because you're saying how like welcoming Pat is and how easy he is, easygoing. Without taking that for granted, like how do you live that without taking it for granted?
Man, I feel like you gotta surround yourself around successful people if you want to be successful.
Sure.
If you want to be successful, you gotta surround yourself with successful and business people. Otherwise, you're gonna be who you around with.
Yep.
So I try to surround myself with people that I'm gonna learn something from it. I'm gonna get something from it. They're gonna teach me something because I don't know everything. I'm open minded. So being around Pat. He just teach me to be humble, being around Mark Moon. It's just, they really humble people, teach me how to be humble. And every day they always come with something that I take it in, I'm like, oh, you know what? I didn't talk like that. Okay. And it's a great experience, and I'm just blessed and fortunate and grateful to call them my friends and be able to call them anytime I want and talk to them about anything, and they be there for me.
Does it help you be that way because you see an example of it?
Yeah.
Like I literally text you this morning.
Yeah.
Say, hey man, I need a guest, and you're like, all right, what time? Oh, I'm there.
Yeah.
Oh,
It does because I know sometimes I need something and I call them and I know it's annoying for them. And I know I'm being annoying, but I still need it. And they right there for me. They be like, yeah, you know what, Jay, it's last minute, whatever, but okay, we're gonna do it.
Yeah.
So you're trying to do what people do to you. You want to be treated the way people treat you. So that's what I do.
Well,
for my friends, I'm loyal. To my friends, I'll do anything.
Because I remember when I first met you at Rain.
Years ago.
Oh yeah, I mean
years ago.
2011. You were one of the first guys to greet me and be like, "No, Manny, do this."
Really? I thought you did before me.
In a nice way. I went before, but I was never part of the team yet.
Oh yeah, okay.
Because I started, my first pro fight was in 2009.
Oh okay.
And then I fought one of I don't know if he was a teammate. He was from the Ghazi Academy or whatever.
Yeah, well, never.
I don't know.
I was never. Who was that?
I fought this dude. Brian Keith was my first fight. Some Samoan dude.
No, I never was a part of Ghazi team or anything like that.
Then,
I trained there for a little bit, but I was never the team.
But yeah, you were one of the first guys that when I came in there, that was like I knew who you were.
Nobody liked me in that
local
gym.
Fight scene. No, but that's what I'm saying. I remember you had a bad rep.
Yeah,
but you were.
I don't know why I get a bad rep because Mark always liked me.
But you were like, hey bro, like hey, do this, and then I was like, oh okay, and like you took me under your wing and you're like, bro, you hit hard, you need a box like this, you should fight like this, and I knew nothing about fighting. Yeah. I had been fighting for like less than a year.
It's about chemistry and the energy, the people give it to you. And probably around the time that we met, I just got a good energy from you, and I connect with you. So I'm like that. Yeah. If I meet you, I either get along with you or I don't get along with you. There's no faking with me. And he probably was nice, and I was like, I probably saw something that you did wrong. Being around Mark and learning so much from Mark, because Marcus always helps everybody.
Yeah.
Like you said, iron sharps iron. So I probably saw you, be like, hey, let me guide you a little bit, because you probably need a little guidance. There's a lot of people in that room.
Yeah.
So,
So then do you think people are too sensitive nowadays? Because
heck
like,
yes.
Oh, well, he's, Jay's
way too
mean.
sensitive.
So I never saw you like that. I never saw you.
That's what you got. I got two sides. I'm gonna treat you according to the to the Jay that you're gonna meet. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I got this painting in my house that I love. It's on my Instagram story. It's about two gorillas, like big giants, and one is a gorilla in a suit, like a business, but still mean, like he's all about business.
Yeah.
And one is ready for war. So the mean one still like you talk to you, but it's still like you don't want to let you in if you feel the energy. The other one is like don't give a fuck. So that's how I feel. That's why I have that for me, because I felt like that.
That's pretty dope.
Do you think
that's pretty sick?
It's
pretty sick.
That's exactly that's how I feel. That's the J fighter and the J businessman.
Has that helped you in your MMA career to learn how to separate? Like, hey, this is business. I'm getting paid to do this.
Man, I remember when. I don't tell the stories to a lot of people, but the first time I wanted to kill myself on the Chris Lieben fight. I lost that fight. I was so upset because I was like, I beat this guy 10 out of 10 times. How the hell that I lost to this guy? I couldn't believe. So, and I was so mad because, I remember training so hard for that fight.
Yeah.
And I thought my job was my life. I let it consume me, you know? And I understand a lot what a lot of fighters say, what Ronda Rousey went through. A lot of fighters go through that, but they just don't talk about it. Because when you invest so much in a fight and you put your whole life in that and you expect to get the outcome that you think he's going to get and you get the reverse, it's just heartbreaking. And yeah, man, I have to separate my job from my real life. I have to talk to Randy Couture because I was so upset. I couldn't sleep for 3 days. It's just stupid, man. Now I'm thinking about it, I'm like, what the hell was I doing?
But it was very real to you in that moment and in that time.
Man.
I'm sure you put
But
pressure
you can
on
separate,
yourself.
in the beginning. That's what I tell like new fighters and stuff like that. Your job is your job. Your life is your life. Don't take your life into your job because you're going to have bad days at work and you're going to have good days at work. Not every day is all good.
Do you think that was your identity then? Back then?
Yeah. I'm a
fighter.
I'm a fighter. That was it. That was no.
Well, I say Manny's brought that up before, though, is people only see, like me, I'm not a fighter. So all I ever see is you guys fighting, right? People don't see the blood, sweat, and tears that you put into it.
Yeah.
Like it's your heart into that.
That's the part of people don't see it. That's the part that, that's most important because we put everything to it. Like waking up every day in the morning, early in the morning, do everything. I mean, it's so hard. That's what I'm saying. I used to be in love with the sport. Now I don't love the sport. I'm not in love with the sport. I love the sport, but I'm on my way to getting now that love because now, I still love a lot. I still have I love the competition. I like just to see like, if this guy really can beat me. I'm an alpha male, you're alpha male. Let's see if you really can do something about it,
Yeah.
But other than that, so much politics these days. Before it's just be fighting. Now it's not a fighting. Now it's a business.
Yeah. Yeah. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Is there a, so to touch on it, not that we want to be negative, but you're obviously here, and we're grateful that you didn't follow through with those suicidal thoughts. What made you get out of that? Like the same pressure and expectation that you had and the outcome that you didn't get made you want to at least think about it. What made you get out of that train of thought?
That mindset.
Yeah.
I had at the time I had a girlfriend that we have a kid together now, and she was there for me. And when you have a really good support system, it helps a lot, because a lot of people don't have that. But if you have a really good support system, people help you, guide you, And I was just all of my feelings, all hurt and whatever. But she was there for me, and she talked to me through it all, and I couldn't really understand, but, and then I went to Vegas and I'll talk to Randy Couture. I try to talk to as much fighters as I know as possible to try to understand what's going on because I didn't know what's going on. And the first thing he said, how long did you train for the fight? I was like, 12 weeks. 12 weeks. How many times a day you train for the fight? I was like 5-6 times a day. It's like, no, man, you left everything in the gym. You train hard, not smart. You got to train smart, not hard. Like, what? It's like, yeah, you left everything in the gym. So by the time you get to the cage, you didn't have anything. It's normal. I was like, and then start sinking in little bit by little bit, start talking to people. People started helping me out, and yeah, it was bad, man.
But how much did that mean to you to have someone of his caliber, now obviously a solidified Hall of Famer, that was one of the pioneers of the sport and did so much to help the sport where it is now? How much did that mean to you that someone like that would take time to talk to you about what you were going through?
It means a lot, I mean, you probably talk to so many people, I don't even know if you remember talking to me about it. It was Extreme Couture. I went there. I was training there with Jay Horan and stuff like that, good friends of mine. So it means a lot, It's like I said, as fighters, some fighters not all about fighting. Sometimes we like to take out other fighters, especially new fighters. And if you've been in this game for a long time, if a new fighter come to you and ask you a question, you take your time, be like, hey, try to guide him a little bit.
Sure.
And he took the time. It's like, hey, do this, do that. You train hard. We train smart, not hard around here. So, we save our bodies for the fight, not for your training partners or anything like that. That's what I was doing. I was full-blown sparring and, trying to kill the person, actually, because that's why we fight. And by the end of the day, that's not what you're supposed to do.
How much does that change your training now?
Man.
From that conversation, how much smarter are you training?
Not that much. I didn't change that much back then, but now I'm like a completely completely different fighter. I'm getting old. I'm like, now I'm wiser.
Yeah.
Like, God damn it, why it took me so long to learn this? When I was in my prime, I didn't know all that, you know? Now I'm like, I'm about to go out. I'm about to get out of the sport, and I'm wise. Now I feel like I can compete for a long time. I know I'm smart. I can see things better. But I'm getting old, you know? And I don't want to do that forever either. But
do you or have you thought about life after fighting and what that looks like?
Of course. That's what I think every single day. That's why I'm still fighting, because I still ain't got shit. I'm trying to get some.
What does that look like for you in a perfect world? Everything's perfect. What is Jay Silva doing after?
Still training every day, because I don't never want to stop training, because it's just the lifestyle I have.
It's part of you now.
Yeah, it's part of me now. Still training every day, but having my businesses and just relaxing and just still making money, but in some way being involved with the sport.
Do you feel like a sense of responsibility to give back to the sport because it gave you so much?
Of course, I give it back to it. Every time I can, I give it back to the sport, because I remember when I started with Rampage Jackson. He was my mentor. He's the reason that I started fighting in the first place. He's the reason that I'm here in California. I got nothing but good things to say about this man. I love him forever. And he helped me when he didn't have to help me. Yeah. And I was like, hey, man, I don't know how I ever can repay you for everything you've done for me. He's just say, hey, one day when you're in the position that I am, just do the same thing I'm doing for you, do for somebody else.
That's cool.
I was like, what? He was like, yeah, one day when, just do the same thing. I was like, okay. And now every time somebody, a new fighter come to me or whatever, I just try to give the same knowledge, the same thing that he gave it to me, I'll try to give it to that person. I mean, he gave me way more, because he gave me a house, he gave me a lot more things. I can't do that yet. But I don't know if but hey, but any little words that I can give to anybody, I always try to help.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's super cool.
Yeah.
What how does it, not rejection, but like how do you deal with, I fought for Bellator. Oh, they said I'm not good enough. Oh, but I'm fighting for the UFC. Oh, they said I'm not good enough. Oh, I'm fighting for KSW. Like, how do you? It's almost like football players. You're signed with this team. Yeah. Nah, you're not good enough. Go to that team. No, you're not good enough. Go to this team.
It's about experience. The time I was in those leagues, I wasn't experienced. I was get a little bit more experience, and then I go to another one. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's about experience and about money. It's about getting paid. Before, in the beginning, I didn't realize I just want to be in the biggest show. The biggest show is paying you like $1,000 just because it's the biggest shows. That's what I'm gonna be. And the little show is paying $5,000. And you don't want to be in the little show because nobody's there, nobody's watching. But now that I'm old, I don't care. I'll fight in your house. Pay me. I'm trying to get paid. I have kids. I try to be retired and be comfortable. So no, I don't care about where I'm fighting, but I just want to get paid. But thank God, God blessed me to be fighting in the biggest organizations in the world. Yeah. For me, and for everybody that knows, KSW is even bigger than UFC and Bellator, because they're doing big numbers. That's a fact. If you search, you see that's a fact. I mean, pay-per-views and attendance and everything. So my last time I fought in there, that I headlining in there, a little guy like me, it was like about 22,000 people in the stadium, an arena. I mean, for me, to watch me fight is a lot.
That's a lot of people.
So it's a lot of people,
That's cool, though.
So I was like, hey, every time I go there, it's like 22,000, 25,000, 30,000.
Dang.
Never less than that. And it's always packed.
That'd be so fun.
It's packed every time. And that's why I love that place. I'm like, what the hell, It's awesome.
How, and obviously you're not retired yet, but looking back at your career, how satisfied are you with the things you've been able to accomplish and the people you've been able to impact?
I'm happy, I accomplished what I want to accomplish. I live my dream. That's the most important thing. And I'm happy with my life, I fought in the biggest organizations in the world. Yeah. A lot of people probably don't know, but I did, It's cool to tell my kids or my grandkids, hey, your grandpa was a bad dude, My grandpa used to whoop some ass. So it's cool. My daughter always asks me, hey, Dad, whatever, can you tell my friend who you are and this thing? They don't believe you, and and it's cool to tell, like, hey,
Cool. You're like their superhero.
Yeah, that's a super. Yeah. My daughter don't even see me. They're like, no, my dad is not that cool. No. I'm like, really? They don't think, and their friends like, no, I'm such a big fan of your dad. Oh my God, they got all sidetracked. I'm like, I'm somebody. You might not like me. They do, and she can understand. She really can. She's like, my dad is nobody. No, you don't like my dad. Yeah. To the point that the kids want to talk to me and their parents want to talk to me and stuff like that.
That's so funny.
Oh, my son trying to be a fighter and this and that. I'm like, I don't even know this lady. Like, she's calling me because of son, because my daughter gave their number. I'm like, and she asked me, Dad, can you please talk to these people? It's like, and to me to tell them like, hey, kids, go to school. Fighting is not a career.
Yeah.
Go to school, get a job, get a real job, get a career. Like, be a doctor, be a lawyer, be somebody. And then, if you want to do fighting later on. But before, that's what I tell everybody. I don't wish fighting on nobody.
Yeah.
It's not.
Well, I think it's because it's romanticized. But again, like, people don't see what you guys go through.
Yeah, they just see on TV. I remember the first time I saw the Ultimate Fighter or any type of MMA fight on TV. I was like, this, I can do that anytime. Yeah. It's easy.
It's because they make it look cool.
Look cool and make it look easy. Everything you see on TV or whenever somebody else doing it, you just see for that moment it looks cool and easy.
Yeah.
When it's actually you doing it, it's hard.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, you could tell by my garage, like, I obviously love fighting. I'm not, by no means am I a fighter, but I love it. But do I want to be a fighter? Hell no. I just love the sport.
You ever thought about it? Like, maybe I would try and stuff like that? You have those thoughts. If you love fighting, you probably have that thoughts. Like,
I would do
I'll do one or three. No,
I know. I told, I was joking around. I was like, I want to do the Masters for boxing because you got to be 35. It's like old man style. Yeah. I'll do that for fun.
Yeah, that's what it is. That's how it started. It's about fun. It's about having fun. It's about living your dream and achieving what you want to be. If you love fighting so much and you're thinking about that, you should just pursue it just one time.
Yeah.
Just so you can see the training camp and what you go through.
Are you guys
and then
train
after
me?
the fight, of course. You're more than welcome. You got a gym, you can come. I got you.
Should I do it? Am I too old?
No, man, I think if you really got that inside, I think you should do it. Follow. At least you can tell, I live my dream. I went there
did
and
it
I tried.
one time.
And you got
what
bro?
you got? Yeah, what you got to lose?
Nothing. I ain't got no pride, so it don't matter.
So it's a sport.
You already served our country as a Marine.
Yeah, there you go. Look at that. You don't have
People-
anything. Just live your dream. Whatever you want to do it, just be like, what? I can die without doing that.
Yeah.
Because how satisfying you be, like, if you have just one fight, and then you're like, what? I did it. You can tell yourself, I did it.
Yeah, it's like you. Like, I'd be able to tell my daughter. I have a 2-year-old, and we're expecting our second in like a few weeks.
Congrats,
so it'd be
man.
tight to be able to be like, your dad did that one time.
Yeah, because what are you gonna tell your kids when they have a dream and they want to do it, and you're like, oh, I don't know, because you're like, I don't know if it's the right thing, whatever. But that's their dream, You gotta, hey, if you feel like good enough about it, do it. Pursue your dream.
Shoot, maybe I'm gonna have to do that.
I mean, that's what I tell everybody. It's your dream. If your dream is to do something and you never done it and you don't think you can do it or you're too old or whatever, just do it, man. Just one time, take one time, and then that's it.
Dang, I'm gonna think about that.
Yeah. That's cool, man. I mean, that's what I believe in my dream. Until today, every day I wake up, I'm blasted. I wake up every day and I get to do what I want to do.
Yeah.
That's not a lot of people get to do what they want to do in their life.
Yeah, no, that's awesome.
People are miserable, having a job every day. Not everybody live their dream.
Yeah,
and to be able to wake up and be like, I'm living my dream is unbelievable.
That's so cool to hear.
There's no other feeling to describe, man.
I love hearing that. That's cool.
Oh yeah, no, it's great. What how do you think? Because we talked about you feeling like a sense of responsibility to give back. You said that you do it. How does that make you feel? Like, do you feel like you have to, or does it bring you joy that you get to?
Give me joy, You don't have to do anything that you don't want to do.
Yeah.
Especially me. I don't do anything that I don't want to do. I don't help anybody that I don't want to help. I do things my way. The way I feel at the moment. A lot of people don't like me. A lot of people like me. If you know me, you like me, you'd be like, no, I don't believe you. That's not the Jay that I know.
I love you, dog.
But if you don't know me, you'd be like, yeah, this guy, this and that. You're going to hear a lot of mixed feelings about me. But, that is me. I don't know. Because I got a lot of good friends that tell me, man. And I was just talking to Mark the other day. Actually, not the other day, a couple months ago. We get to go to Vegas. He was doing the grappling thing with
Yeah.
So Mark was like, hey, invite me. I'll help him out a little bit for that little thing. Even though I'm no jiu-jitsu guy like that, but it's like, hey, he's a body, Me and Mark were boys. So I help him out. He's like, yo, come to me to Vegas. I want what you did, whatever. I was like, of course, Marcus. I love Mark to death. So we went. We stayed in the same room. And we woke up in the morning. We was just talking. We went to eat. We were talking. It was like, man, I got this guy calling me. He can't believe you're my friend. And you sing with me, telling me all this stuff that you saying, that he hates you. He can't believe, like. And I'm like, what Jay you talking about? Not the Jay that I know. Yeah, this Jay, whatever. He's like, nah, the Jay that I know is completely different. I don't know what you guys got going on. I don't care, but that's not the Jay that I know. Mm-hmm. And Mark was telling me, he's like, this guy? I was like, yeah. Did you do anything like that? I was like, yeah, I did. I'm not going to lie to you. Yeah, it's me. I did it, But hey, it is me. I mean, it's up to you. But, you my boy. And he's like, you know what? Even though you tell me you did it, but I don't see any difference, because with me, all the respect, that's what I care. Everybody's different. I was like, yeah, Mark, I'm not going to lie to you, but yeah, he's like, it was funny to hear somebody else talking about me, especially somebody that I respect a lot, and I care about what they think about me. When he told me all that, I was like, yeah, I kind of messed up, I fucked up saying those things, changed a little bit, but yeah, I try not to do it anymore. But at the end of the day, I was like, Mark, I try not to do it, but if they do it, it's like, do your thing, live your life the way you want to live. I'm always going to be right here. I'm always going to support you, and I got your back. That's what's most important for me.
Well, man, I don't want to take too much more of your time, but we did have some fan questions. I had one from actually my cousin. I didn't know she was a fan.
Fans question.
From Andrea Teresa. How do you stay motivated?
How do I stay motivated? I like to look good, so I got to work out to look good. That's a motivation right there. You know what I'm saying? That's just a motivation, and it's just in me. I like to train. I like to go there and fight. That's just what I like to do. That's enough motivation right there.
And we got another one from D.love_84 from the special podcast. He said, not sure if he wants to talk about having COVID. You already did. If so, tell him to give my ass some love. I don't know what that means. I'm going to let you guys talk about that.
Give love to everybody. You know what I'm saying?
But yeah, man, I've obviously you've had long road. You say you're towards the end.
The road's still long. I ain't see the end yet.
You got another fight coming up. When are you shooting to have that fight? When's your target date?
I'm hoping to fight on March 27th, around March.
Okay.
End of March. Because, like I said, I just came off from COVID and all this traveling and banding, and the United States, I can go to a lot of countries in Europe.
Yeah. Because
they saying we don't listen. So they're like, you guys can get. They asked me to fight him before in Poland, because my next fight is going to be in Poland. But they want me to go there for 2 months and quarantine there for 2 months.
2 months?
Yeah, to do my camp there. I was like, who am I going to do my camp? Ain't no, my training partner is not going to fly there.
Yeah.
My boxing coach or my coaches can't fly there for 2 months. They got families and stuff. I can't do that. It's like, even though I wanted to do it, it's like, I can't. I'm not going to stay in another country like that. They're like, that's the only way we can help you if you want to do it. But now, I want to let things go down a little bit with COVID, and so I can travel. Everybody can travel. So I'm aiming for March.
All right. Where can people find you if they want to get a hold of you, contact you?
Jay Silva MMA on IG. Jay Silva.90 on Facebook. That's pretty much it. I'm just trying to stay low, because they hacked my account on IG one time.
Oh, they did?
Like a couple months ago, like 2 or 3 months ago.
Yeah.
Man, I couldn't sleep for a while. Today. But you know what? It was a blessing, man. Like, I didn't know I was so addicted to.
It's so easy.
Oh man, you have no idea. I was like,
you just do this.
But guess what? It just took the addiction out. I started sleeping good. I wasn't going anymore, and I stayed like at least a month without Instagram, and I was fine. I was sleeping good, going to bed and everything. So when I finally got my IG back, I was kind of happy, because I got a lot of sponsors and stuff like that. I kind of make money out of my Instagram. And I was happy, but not really happy at the same time. It was mixed feelings, because now that I got it, it's been 2 months. During the day, I'm never in there. Unless somebody be like, oh, check this out, check this out. I only go there at nighttime, look for a little bit, and then turn it off. But the more the times go, I feel like the more I'm getting addicted again. So I'm like, I talked to Ryan Hall about it. He was like, man, he was helping me getting my account back. And he was like, man, when I told him that I got it back, it was like, I know the feeling because, I did almost the same thing. I got a cabin somewhere. I don't remember what he said, where he went. He got a cabin for himself, and he stayed there with no phone or nothing, just completely slayed himself. It was like, was the best thing that he ever did. I was like, you know what? I want to do that sometimes. Like, every 3 months or every other fight, after my fight is done, I just want to go somewhere by myself, no phone or nothing, just stay there and just get to know yourself because a lot of times you don't know yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah, Instagram, social media is a blessing and a curse, but we do need it right now because we need to get that fierce reflex bag for you.
Yeah, I don't know,
Brian Garcia.
Henry Garcia.
Henry Garcia.
Bag.
I'm trying to get some of that bag. That bag is sweet, man. I've been looking at this bag for a long time. I can't find it.
We need to get him one.
Yeah, I'm trying to get one.
I'm gonna let him borrow mine.
Yeah, Garcia. No, I can go to your gym and jack one of yours. So let me know.
All right, man. Appreciate you. Thank you so much for coming on,
man.
man.
Of course.
And just remember, guys, that everything was impossible until someone did it.
Yep.
So, guys, remember to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. You can find us on YouTube at youtube.com/The Fight Within Podcast. Find us on all audio platforms, including Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, iHeartRadio, anywhere you guys like to listen to it. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you for continuing to listen to it and watch it. We can see the growth on our analytics and just want to thank you guys for supporting us. This episode of the podcast is brought to you by Kingdom Nutrition. Make sure you guys go and visit their site over at kingdomnutrition.com and enter promo code MFW10 to get 10% off your next purchase. Kingdom Nutrition carries the best sports supplements on the market. They manufacture and curate their own line of supplements with the highest quality ingredients, including a lean protein, weight gainer protein, pre-workout, BCAAs, and an array of other products. They've recently created the world's first vegan chickpea protein, and it tastes amazing. I'm a big dude. I like food, and I like chocolate. So when they told me it comes in chocolate and vanilla, I got really happy. But if you're a workout enthusiast and you want to change up your diet, change up your protein, go check out their vanilla chickpea protein. It mixes well with anything. It'll blend great with a smoothie. So to get your hands on any of these products, just make sure and go visit kingdomnutrition.com. Remember to enter promo code MFW10 and get 10% off your next purchase. Let's go.